Okay, so we're going to start with a writing lesson. This is just a writing prompt we're throwing out here to see if we can support this premise here that Coco Chanel became a female icon despite the inability of women to hold bank accounts in the early 19th century France. Therefore, Coco Chanel became a fashion icon and a renegade woman. Um, let's not worry about so much the city as we worry about this, the 19th century, because the same things went on here in the United States. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to prove this. She became a female icon. When we get on to the next page, we actually might stop this here and and just go on ahead and try to write. Despite the inability of women to hold bank accounts in the early 19th century, just makes us come show up and try to prove something. That's all. Okay, we don't really have to keep it. So let's look at some of the vocabulary that's really important for Coco Chanel. Bought, despite, very important word here because she was an orphan, so we need to think about that. She was a designer, so she designed. She fashioned, would be how you turned it into a verb, and she was the queen of fashion. She transferred many of her designs to many offices, thought. Ownership got transferred too. It's another reason why we want to know this word. Held. There were high honors for her. She was honored. She received many honors. And also, we can use the word honors. Oh, okay. That would be with a O-R-S. And she was a huge success. So now we're ready for those words. Transition words, although we already went over, in spite of. Despite is a little bit more sophisticated. Often saw something that she was often left out because she was an orphan and she didn't have that type of lineage that they really wanted. Like that she was rich from upper class, was a business owner, in case disproportionately, coincidentally, she got into the industry because she knew some of those wealthy people and they liked her, but they knew they could never get her accepted. So consequently, and she felt alone a lot. So after we look at our initial premise here about Coco Chanel, born Gabrielle Chanel, this, by the way, I added this in. She became a female icon despite the inability of women to hold bank accounts in the early 19th century France. Kind of really should have a dash there. It's the 19th. Most women could not open checking or savings account without a man's signature. The reason I highlighted those is I want you to take a look at the verbs. You have born here. That's a verb. I'm highlighting in red some of the things this channel has already gone over. We have became here. And we used a transition word. Okay, and this is your conditional tense, could not. Okay, could not open, signifying that they could not open an account unless there had to be a condition here. So we have this word here, without a man's signature, because it is clearly showing that there is a reason for this could not be in there. So it's without a man's signature. So there has to be a reason that a man, there has to be a reason something lets them do something, and it is because they had a man's signature. Now, when we go up here, this information that we're getting comes from, and it's not really a nice idea to borrow somebody's information without, I got this off Amazon Kindle. This is David Wright, and this is a book he wrote. So we're not going to take anything from him. What we're going to do is look at what he wrote as information, kind of paraphrase it. Okay, these quotes here kind of belong to the open territory, but since they're in someone else's book, I don't want to do that. So we're just looking at who she is as a person, and I kind of highlight some of the things that she used. Mid-20s, by the way, means 19th century because we count backwards. Most people knew she was an orphan. Her mother died from bronchitis, so her father left her. They did this. If you want to see a movie, there's also a movie about it with Audrey Tautou on Amazon Prime or just in general. And, we kind of get a spirit here. It says, if you were born without wings, do nothing to prevent them from growing. And we have, this is her person, Mr. Etienne Balsan, who helped her get started in the business. This is also kind of public knowledge, so if we want to use his name, we can. Okay, this is known, Deauville in France. And, Coco Chanel was an icon. She was also a maverick. This is some information we might want to quote Mr. Wright on. She created tracksuits. I didn't know that until just now. So these are all the things we're going to think about as we finish writing this. So when we go back here and start writing, we have to make sure we get out of draw, first of all. And then we come back over and we start writing savings account. Let's use her name, Miss Chanel had a secured. Let's be mature and let's use some active verbs. So this is secured a business partner, and his name is Etienne. It's written in the French version. So let's go up here under symbol and get French. Excuse me. It's Greek, Latin. There we are. It's the C. Okay. And so we have it here. We can close Etienne Balsan. And I'm going to go back because that looks odd. And I'm going to put it in what the rest of this is in. It's in Times New Roman. Hope. Okay, Times New Roman. Oh, let's keep it back forward. Etienne Balsan. And then we want to make sure we put a comma here. Who introduced her to members of the, let's just say who introduced her to wealthy clients. I'm going to go ahead and copy this so I have the same format. Oh, didn't happen. Without these wealthy clients, we can add to wealthy clients. Her designs. And I'm going to go on the next page. And I'm going to go make all of this, by the way. Turn this into Times New Roman. And I'm going to make it, is it 40? 36 or 40, which made many of her designs would not have been discovered. Let's think about this word here, and this should be lowercase. Let's go ahead. Would not have been discovered. This is a long conditional. This is would not have been, And this would not here signifies that they were. So once again, this is a conditional verb. I'm going to go ahead and write this. And your conditional is because something already happened in the past, but it would not have happened had she not been discovered in the wealthy crowd. And, she could have met someone else, but supposedly that's not the story. Okay, so now we can go back out, and we're left here on black. Would not have been discovered. We can even go on and say, although, another transition word, Chanel despised she despised snobbery. She needed the clients with money, prestige, and visibility. Now, these words, prestige, money, and visibility, are ideas that you are taking based on things that you've heard and said. Also, you can go into some more things like a review. Let's get some books. There's a lot of this on Amazon, but you can also go here. They'll tell you some things that happen. Let's get some articles. There's a PDF there. Okay, let's see if we can get a PDF download. Now this is a book, so again, we have to be careful. Maria Isabel Sanchez Vergara. She has written a book, but here's the deal. This is a review, and you have to be careful when you're borrowing things from people. We don't want to borrow someone's PDF. Group of authors wrote some books, and anyway, we could go in and get it, but basically, some of her things are well known. And I took clients with money, prestige, and visibility. At the time of her partnership, and maybe I should have put business partnership here because we want to keep this clear. Make sure you have a comma here because this is a clause. Mr. Balsan had a fiancée, so it's a female. To her chagrin, meaning she didn't like it, was viewed. She was kind of viewed. How do we say this nicely? As a let's say it nicely. French high society. Sorry guys, it's sentence case. High society. Relationship with Balsan. This is public knowledge. If you wanted to, you could always go back in and you could quote him. But this is public knowledge, and he really didn't write this word for word. But it's something we wrote. Did not approve of her relationship with Balsan. However, here's your transition word. And then this was how we ended here. However, they loved her designs. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go draw. Since they loved her designs, we're going to keep our subject the same and go back up and start this. And we need to come out and come here and go Times New Roman. I'm going to start a new paragraph. Chanel designs were kind of revolutionary, meaning they were new, simple, elegant, and we might be getting a little redundant here. These words mean the same, depending upon how they're used. And a motive of indented here. Her famous black dress became a symbol of simple elegance and classic tailoring. I'm going to use another word. The advent of Chanel's simple black dress was no longer how about this? Changed the way in which people viewed dresses. And this one I will give him some credit, just to be nice. What year was this? Yeah. 2017. Okay, so I give him credit. 2017. It's kind of our idea, but we kind of got a little bit of the information, so I'll give him credit. And this needs to be lowercase, and that needs to be lowercase, in which people view dresses due to Chanel's innovation. I am now going back up to this word in see this word, innovative. Innovative. It's an adjective here. Oops, that's a bad A. It's an adjective here. But guess what? Chanel's innovation. This is how you take this word and we're going to turn it into a noun. So now anytime you have ION at the end, it becomes a noun. Simple. Do that. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do next. Put this period out here. Okay, Chanel's innovation. So this stays there. Oops, sorry, this should have been due to Chanel's innovation. People did not see her they used to call them ready to wear as an elegance for mourning and funerals. The simple black dress and then we can just erase all of this or rewrite it all. Became, simple black dress, it's down here, became a timeless, a timeless piece for high class seminars, for dressy events, but not just for funerals. Became a timeless piece for They're more than semi-casual. They're you know how you say black tie optional? They're more like semi-formal occasions. Okay, so semi-formal occasions. Okay, so here how you have this, and then we're going to erase all of this, and then we're going to leave here, and I'm going to go over and read some, and then I can continue this in the next video, because right now I wanted to keep this here. So I will leave this, and we'll start this here, but let's go back to our writing prompt, and let's start reading it. So, Coco Chanel was born, let's start again. Coco Chanel, born Gabrielle Chanel, became a female icon despite the inability of women to hold bank accounts in the early 19th century France. Most women could not open checking or savings accounts without a man's signature. Miss Chanel secured a business partner, Etienne Balsan, who introduced her to wealthy clients. Without these wealthy clients, many of her designs would not have been discovered. Although Chanel despised snobbery, she needed the clients with money, prestige, and visibility. At the time of her partnership, Mr. Balsan had a fiancée. Coco, to her chagrin, was viewed as an additional woman. Many people in French society did not approve. Let me move this because this isn't a positive. Oops. Let me take that out. I'm supposed to make a comma there. Many people, and here we are. Many people in French high society did not approve of her relationship with Balsan. However, people loved her designs. Chanel designs were revolutionary, simple, elegant, and innovative. Her famous black dress became a symbol of simple elegance and classic tailoring. The advent of Chanel's simple black dress changed the way in which people viewed dresses. We quoted him. Okay? Due to Chanel's innovation, people did not see her innovation as an elegance for mourning. The simple black dress became a timeless piece for semi-formal occasions. Okay, and that's it for right now, and we'll pick this up later. We'll get into how we give credit and how we do APA formatting for next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.